There's a rumor floating around social media that Mark Davis would love to bring back Jon Gruden as the head coach. I know it's only a rumor, but we got to get Raiders Nation's thoughts on Gruden and who could be the official head guy in Vegas when this season's over. Let's bring back Graphk Raider of OLV Raiders Network, my man.
Hey, man, it's good to see you again, man. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you hopping on, man. You know how it's bye week, the rumors go flying, around, so let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on the whole Jon Gruden situation?
Me personally, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not shocked by the rumors, though. And salute to Hondo Carpenter. He was the one that actually spoke about it first. One of the beat writers that are actually inside the building, so he knows some things. But rumors are flying all over the place. A couple of days ago, it was David Shaw, former Stanford head coach, former Raider guy as well. And everyone knows Mark Davis loves the nostalgic thing, right? Bring back the Raider, bring back a Raider. And, everyone knows there's infatuation with Jon Gruden. He signed him to a 10-year deal, $100 million. And we all know what happened in 2021. The emails came out. He was fired after the Chicago Bears game. Me personally, I just think that, like you said, it's the bye week. People need things to talk about. I don't see this happening. There's even a rumor right now that Indiana at the collegiate level is looking at bringing in Jon Gruden as the head coach. With the whole email scandal and right now a big lawsuit on the NFL's hands, I just personally can't see it, man. And I'm going to be honest. I got to be real. I was a Jon Gruden guy early on, his first tenure. He helped revitalize this franchise. But this second time around, man, 4-12, 7-9, 8-8, 3-2. Mediocrity, man. He's I forgot. He's like 3 games over 500 with his record as a head coach. You know what I mean? So 117 and 112, I believe. So I personally want to go another route. I don't want to revisit the whole Jon Gruden thing, and I don't want to be in the bad graces of the NFL. Could you imagine that Mark Davis brings back Jon Gruden after the lawsuit?
I think there's legs with it, man, because look, he's already down there helping out Dennis Allen and Derek Carr down in New Orleans. That's your way of slowly getting back in. You look at Brian Flores. He has the lawsuit out on the NFL. He's thriving with Minnesota's defense, so he's back to coaching. I see it as stranger things have happened in the NFL.
Definitely.
So that's kind of, I think this thing could have some legs. But let's talk about the now. Antonio Pierce doing this thing as interim head coach. Even in the loss to the Chiefs, they were up 2 possessions. So give us a grade on his first 3 his first 3 games, and you think that he'll be the guy permanently after the season?
Well, he's 2-2 at this point.
2-2. Yep.
We beat the Jets, got the Giants. We lost to Miami. We played them really well down there, Miami, in an early Eastern, time zone game, and really held that stout offense to nothing. The Chiefs, this is what we do year in and year out, Brandon. Last year we started 17-0, and then we end up losing the game, right? This is what the Kansas City Chiefs do. Andy Reid is one of the greatest head coaches in NFL history. What he does is he watches, he waits, he pounces. And that's what happened. We went up 14-0. We missed a big field goal, lost momentum. And the better coaching staff made the adjustments at the half. And right now, Antonio Pierce is going to take some bumps and bruises. I love him as a head coach. The players love him. We've talked about this before. He's a rah-rah player type guy. I love what he did. Roderick Teamer got a DUI the day before the game. You're gone. Marcus Peters, no effort on the football field. You're out of here. I love he's really reinstalled that Raider way, and I want to give him every opportunity to win the head coaching position. But he won 2 games he was supposed to win, and realistically, I'm a logical Raiders fan. Like, he lost 2 games he was supposed to lose. We have Minnesota on the menu. They have a bye week. That game was ugly against the Bears, so they're very beatable. And then all conference games after that. You got the Colts in front of us in the playoff hunt. The Broncos, the Chiefs one more time at Arrowhead. You have a bunch of games, the Chargers also. You have some winnable games. So I'm all for giving them the next 5 games and kind of seeing what we can do with Antonio Pierce. But at some point, we're going to have to get a real offensive coordinator. Bo is running that offense, and it's Josh McDaniels' offense. He's kind of running it on the fly, kind of giving the players the opportunity to do what they want to do, asking them, what do you want to run? What do you want to do? I think if Antonio Pierce keeps Patrick Graham around on the defensive side of the football and brings in a real offensive coordinator, I would love to see Antonio Pierce keep this job, and Champ Kelly, our GM, for the foreseeable future. Definitely, man. But I love what I've seen from Antonio Pierce. We played the Chiefs tough. We played the Dolphins tough. That's all you can ask for right now with the team coming off all the drama that we've had this season.
All right, so if not Gruden, not AP, who can save the franchise?
You're going to hear a lot of rumors. We just talked about David Shaw, Jim Harbaugh, former Raider guy as well. Maybe we bring him in and bring in David Shaw as the offensive coordinator. They have a history together, the whole Stanford, tree. But, Dan Quinn, I think he's going to stick to what he knows. He's a stout defensive coordinator. And I think that he's going to stay in Dallas because at some point I think they are going to move on from McCarthy. Ben Johnson's my guy, the offensive coordinator in Detroit. If we move on from Antonio Pierce, I want a guy that can really just break out this offense. We have a lot of money allocated to this offense. Ben Johnson has a great creative offensive mind. You see what he's doing out there in Detroit. I would love to bring in Ben Johnson if Antonio Pierce is not the guy. I know Carolina is already interested in bringing back Ben Johnson in for another interview. They need all the help that they can get out there in Carolina. But me personally, I think Ben Johnson Devontae Adams, potentially bringing back Josh Jacobs. We have a lot of weapons. I think Ben Johnson would look at us and say, that's one team that I'm definitely looking at. So Ben Johnson definitely, if Antonio Pierce isn't the guy.
Yeah, I think if AP takes him to the playoffs, it's his. If not, I think for a graceful bow out, they will bring in an offensive guy, like you said, Devontae Adams, draft a quarterback for the future to give that head coach, to pair him up with the franchise quarterback. But then I think depending on how well they do for the rest of the season, you bump AP up to defensive coordinator, assistant head coach, because you keep that muscle around. And at the end of the day, you still groom him for the next time that opportunity happens. Then he may just come on and be head coach full time or get his shot somewhere else. But, I'm biased. That's the big homie right there, my rookie year, here with the Giants. So, real quick, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Oak Las Vegas, Raiders Network on YouTube, Twitter at Graphk Raider, Instagram at Graphk916, oaklasvegas.com. That's where you find everything that I do, man. And once again, Brandon, I appreciate you for having me on. And you guys know you guys are like my new extended East Coast family, man. So shout out to you guys.
And you got to tell them how to spell Graphk, man, because it's not the normal way. Y'all West Coast cats, y'all do everything different, a different time zone, all that.
Graphk. And Oak Las Vegas is spelled all three cities. OAK, Oakland, LOS, Los Angeles, Vegas. So all three cities combined. So Oak Las Vegas, Graphk, Graphk Raider.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir, my brother. Have a great day, man.